Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another video. We are jumping into NRG versus Virtus Pro. Final 10 seconds of Game 5. Winner advances to playoffs. Loser will have to try again in the lower bracket. We've got Daniel. 0-second dribble. Beast mode of the pre-jump. But it goes into the ground for overtime. And spoiler alert, the reason I wanted to start this one a bit unconventionally in the final few seconds of regulation is because this overtime is a monster. It's a crazy game. I wanted to show it to you guys. As you can see, the regulation was 0-0. Not too much happened, so we've skipped to the good bit. Let's see how this OT went. Game 5 OT, NRG VP from Regional 5. VP tried to save their split after a very disappointing Regional 4, and NRG tried to get back on top after losing Regional 4 to Space Station. But yeah, Game 5. Game 4, by the way, of this series was also a 4-minute OT. So this series, in terms of best of fives, was one of the longest best of fives ever in RLCS. 2 monster overtimes to finish off. But how long exactly this was going to be, well, you're going to need to wait and see. But while we're watching this OT, and then also going to show you a game from NRG versus Foot that happened in this same regional. Oh, nice center and bump attempt there by Daniel. Doesn't connect for NRG, but that was a good try. We're going to talk big picture as well. We're going to talk NRG's seasons and split, North American RLCS at the moment, and also how the rest of the world of RLCS are looking at. Everything's gone upside down in RLCS. Predictions are impossible right now. But yeah, VP, despite the fact that they are not currently top 4 in the points for Paris, doesn't look like they're going to qualify. Their season is very much still alive. But let's see what can Daniel cook up here. That's a beautiful first touch, great reset, and the heavy touch. Pass to Atomic, who's missed it, but it's gone center. Beast Mode's fake doesn't land. Oh well, that probably should have been a goal. Great pass by Daniel. Atomic couldn't get on the end of it. Or can he do it again? Daniel this time going off the ceiling. But yeah, shut down early. Very nice challenge by Talk to stop him from getting the full pitch air dribble started. Yeah, let's talk about NA. Let's talk about NA's #1 team, NRG, and what is going on, because they lost just the one series in the playoffs last event. They lost to SSG, of course, but it wasn't the smoothest regional. I mean, we do need to talk about the whole split with NRG to get the full picture. Open 4, Regional 4, they go down to Gen G. It was, yeah. I had to just check the bracket. I blanked on it for a second there. Yeah, they go down to Gen G and Swiss, which is fine. I always say I'm willing to forgive Swiss losses if a team performs well in the regional itself, which NRG did for the most part. They were looking good. They reverse swept SSG in a best of 7, which is crazy. The new SSG are obviously a very good team. But then, yeah, they lost to SSG in the final, which is unusual. We're used to seeing NRG plot armor their way through those matches and just have far too strong of a mental mental edge over everyone in NA. Not that time. Open 4, they lose to the new SSG. Scribbles, aka Zach, is back and he's looking phenomenal. SSG look great. But yeah, second place is not bad. That's okay as long as NRG can pick it up and start to win regionals in Regional 5, 6. They're really looking to win both. But that's not what happened. In fact, they lost to... well, again, I'm going to spoil the result here, because it has happened a week and a half ago at the time of recording. But they do lose to VP this match. That's how it's going to end. How it's going to end? Exactly? When? Well, you're going to need to watch and see. But yeah, they lose this one. And then they also lose to Foot, which is extremely surprising. Foot, the team of leftovers, really, as Gen G bench Justin, Foot grab him. SSG bench Chronic. Oh, nice bump attempt. Daniel's had a lot of those just in passing. He's a lot of center ball followed by bumps, which have almost worked out. The assists are there, but not being finished off. Yeah, like I was saying, Foot, who we're going to watch later, are not a team that everybody expected to be, or anybody really expected to be as good as they are. With they've got Chronic, who SSG bench, they've got Justin, who Gen G bench, and they've got Cheese, who's the leftover third from Foot. They just ditched all their points from the first split and said, let's go again. Fresh roster. And it seems to be working out well for them. But that is not what we're used to seeing from NRG. It's not. It is very much in line with what we're seeing in MENA, with Falcons losing to TM, losing to R8. Falcons are out of the major race with that. Well, I guess they're not out of the major race, but they're out of control with their major race. No longer just about their results as about their opponents' results as well. It's not that bad for NRG. Despite being 4th place, or rather 3rd equal in NA, they will of course still make the major because NA gets 4 spots, MENA only gets 2. But the teams they're losing to are not teams we really expect NRG to have consistent problems with. This is not like NRG winning a regional, then maybe losing to whatever team first killers on to the next one, and then winning another regional again. It's the first time as a trio that they've had an actual difficult split. But yeah, they are, I want to reiterate, they are still highly likely to make Paris. It's more about the seeding for them at this point, which will be important. Sometimes playing for seeding's like, oh well, who really cares if it's the Swiss stage? Doesn't really matter. The the seeding we could fix that at the major, but in a group stage major like we have now, it's another scrambling save by Talk keeps this game going. Yeah, in a group stage major, as you guys have seen in Boston, there can be groups of death, and NRG absolutely want to avoid groups of death at all costs, especially in Modern Rocket League with so many different regions stepping up. Yeah, you don't want to end up in the bad group, so you have to get good seeding. They're going to need to do well in Regional 6 in order to do that, and also they just want to win one. This is the longest they've gone without winning an NA. They did lose Regionals 4 and 5 in their first season, I believe. They won Regionals 1, 2, 5, no, they lost Regionals 3 and 4. They won 1, 2, 5, and 6 when they were G2. They lost 2 in a row, technically. But even in those, they were in the grand finals, and they've just made grand finals at the major in between. So it was they were much closer to winning than they are now, where they were 2nd and 3rd, coming off at semi-finals at the major. Easily their worst streak that they've had as a roster, and they'll be looking to fix that. I think they're going to be highly motivated, NRG. I'm actually quite hopeful for them. But if you are a Chalkcast viewer, if you've watched any of our live episodes, if you've watched the Patreon predictions episodes, which, by the way, if you haven't, you definitely should. Check out the links in the description for Chalkcast. Myself, CJ, Garrett do discuss RLCS current events heavily. I think you guys will be interested in hearing Garrett's take in particular in NRG, because this is the least confident I've heard him sound on the roster. As another good assist attempt. I think Daniel's had some good assists this game, but the shots have just not been there. But yeah, Garrett sounds really seriously like he's lacking confidence in NRG, which is weird to hear. It's kind of thrown me off a little bit, because I thought he was going to come in and say, it's alright, the boys are going to regain, this is going to be fine. But yeah, it's a bit more doom and gloom than that. I think they're obviously still going to be fine. They probably should have won the game there, but let's take a look at Beast Mode Pov before we're too critical. Yeah, I think it's not absolute doom and gloom, but it's far from what you expect from them, of course. Personally, I think they're going to be very motivated, and that they absolutely still have a chance to win. But yeah, Space Station are a very good team, lots of potential. Shopify look like they found their stride. Foot, I've got just nothing to lose. They're dangerous, clearly. And there's even tricky little teams like VP in the mix as well, who NRG just can't score on at least enough, it would seem. But yeah, 8 minutes OT. What is going on? How has this happened? One of the longest OTs you're going to see, especially in Game 5 in a RLCS online group stage, the deciding game. A two-piece. Had a chance to end it there with a double tap, couldn't make contact. NRG, now the team's surviving. They've absolutely had their chances this game. They just haven't taken them. And I think that's been the running theme for NRG at times. Is this going to be the winning goal? It is, as Atomic trips on the post, and it's over with just 8 minutes and 30-ish seconds of the clock. But yeah, he flipped into a bit of a tricky position there, tripped on the post, and it's just an easy shot for Talk. I think Atomic would have saved this if he didn't trip on the post, though. Yeah, he definitely would have. It would have been a pretty routine save. Yeah, 8 minutes 27 second overtime. Absolutely insane. Let's get to the second game and see what else NRG got up to. Alright, here we are. NRG against Foot. We're going to jump in. Game 3, actually, of this series. As Foot currently lead 2-0. We're on Justin POV because Justin is still doing it in 2026. He's still playing some phenomenal Rocket League. Oh my goodness, what a save by Cheats, just falling on top of the ball. But yeah, I wanted to show Foot POV against NRG because this is the true surprise package of this split. and just maybe the season as a whole for NRG, for NA, I should say, not for NRG. But yeah, talking just quickly before we move on to FUT about NRG, you can let me know in the comments what you think their struggles are. I think for me, they don't seem to trust each other as much as they usually do, or as they have in the past. When they're peaking, they're trusting each other a lot. They're pre-jumping a ton, reading each other really well. Now the trust doesn't seem to be there. A lot of assists or potential assists are going scoreless. Like they're going, just going across the box and no one's there. And I think NRG need to find that killer instinct again if they want their pressure to really be pressure. Because they're good at generating pressure, good at controlling the midfield, pushing the opponents back. But like they have a little bit in the past, I think this is probably the tendency that they've struggled with the most over the years together as a trio, is finding the goal at the end of an attack. So NRG need to find the goal. The outplays are there. The trust is maybe lacking because all these potential assists are going just across the box and no one's there to score them. And there's just no one there a lot of the time following up. Nobody pre-jumping. Nobody trusting. That's at least in my opinion what they're struggling with. But yeah, the individual level can't be feeling too great either. I think Daniel, he pulled up in the... I love this from Justin, by the way. Great bump onto Beast Mode. It's going to lead to a goal, 1-0. It's the annoying bump, the slow-mo little chase down by Justin. Fantastic stuff. Like I was going to say though, Daniel pulled up in the Swiss stage for Regional 6 in the Batmobile, so he can't be feeling too fantastic. Clearly trying to switch something up majorly. That, combined with their struggles to connect. Oh, nice shot. 2-0. Justin slots it underneath the pre-jump. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, NRG have definitely got some stuff they need to solve. Can they do it? Yes, of course. Will they? Not sure. NA's got some serious competition, and they've got some ground that they need to make up if they're going to reach their peak level. But okay, let's talk about FUT. That's enough about NRG. That's the full picture of NRG right now and where they are in the region. They're fine for Paris, but in terms of winning Paris, if they're going to win, they're going to need to step it up, which of course they can do. FUT though, I mean, unbelievable. How has this team come together out of nowhere? 2 bench players, 1 player's left over on FUT from last split, a disappointing split from FUT last split overall. And they're somehow, they're taking down NRG. They're making deep runs in the event. They beat Shopify earlier this event as well. Went on to lose them in the final in the revenge match for Shopify's POV. But where did this come from? They've actually dominated here. They're 2-0 up in this series that we're watching from 2 1-0 wins. Now they're 3-0 up, coming out of an NRG timeout. And NRG don't have a shot. Okay, NRG only have 1 shot. Yeah, I'm so impressed. I really like this FUT roster from a heart POV. Predicting if I'm predicting with my head, I would not have expected them to do well. But if I ask myself, who do I want to see do well? These guys are way up there, because you love to see the players who get benched do well, prove that they still have it, and especially when it comes to Justin. I mean, Justin still playing at this level in 2026 is absurd. Oh, nice post pinch save there by Beast Mode, denying Justin what would have been a 4th goal for FUT. Yeah, remember Justin, he started his RLCS career in 2018. And now 8 years later, he is still at the top level, taking down one of the best teams in the world, the reigning world champions, and the favourites to win every NA event. I mean, Justin's longevity is seriously one of the greatest all time. I mean, his old teammate Garrett, of course, is up there. Torsos is up there for most of the E. Justin and JNaps as well. Alpha 54 with their return as well to EU, taking down Vitality in the last event. These guys have still got a crazy level, and it's impressive to see. It's amazing to see. Long may it continue. But the majors almost locked in for this team. If they want to make Worlds, they need another deep run just like they got in this regional. So if you want to see FUT at Worlds without the need for a last chance goal, just stealing Virtus Pro's spot away, this team needs to go to the finals, maybe even win the last regional of the split. If they win, I think they suddenly just become favorites of the world spot, though. They just need, like, I don't remember what the exact math is, like a top 8 in Paris, or top 12 maybe. But yeah, VP have got to get some points on the board in the last event of the split to deny Foot the chance of stealing their spot away. The points as they currently stand for the Paris Major, Foot are 10 points out of Strictly Business. So they're way clear. Energy are also 10 points out of 5th place. So that's fine. They're basically locked. I'm not worried about that. But for the season, Foot they're currently 20 points behind Virtus Pro. So, if they can make up a little bit of that gap in this next event, Regional 6, they'll give themselves less to do in Paris. But Paris, of course, has more points available because it's a LAN. So, yeah, Foot need to make another like grand final-ish run in order to make it reasonable for them to catch up at the Paris Major and take away the VP spot. But if you're a VP fan, you do not want to see Foot do well. Yes, VP might be kind of out of the major race, but the world's qual spot is still firmly theirs, barring, as long as Foot don't have another crazy event like they just did. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are Energy's issues? Are they going to bounce back? Is this going to be the perfect Regional 6 for them to just put them right back on top of NA and give everybody confidence going into Paris that they can go back-to-back LAN wins in France? They've obviously won in Lyon. The World Championship just passed. And will Foot be able to do enough damage? Will they be able to dent that major race or that season points gap of 20 points enough to give themselves a chance to steal away the spot from Foot at the major? Exciting stuff. And it is very exciting. RLCS very exciting right now. Very hard to predict. Hopefully this video has made it a bit more understandable for you guys who have been following loosely and waiting for it to get interesting. But yeah, OCE is very interesting as well with a 3-horse race that'll be concluding this weekend. So look forward to that. APAC is a 2-horse race. EU has got a pretty solidified top 5, but the seeding is very much on. And like I said, seeding is very important with potential groups of death at the major. So yeah, everything to play for. MENA as well. I mean, Sam's a 2-horse race for 1 with MIBR being Furia. Every region right now in RLCS is just going crazy. So it's an exciting time to watch Online Rocket League going into the final regional of the online season. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well. Check out the next rank links in the description, as well as the Jotcast ones I mentioned earlier. Jack and I have been making content on the YouTube channel for you guys, the Next Rank YouTube channel. And also check out the Discord. If you are already a member of the Next Rank, if you bought the course, we are about to be starting a bi-weekly, potentially, not sure about the time frame, potentially bi-weekly raffle for you members to have your replay reviewed by Jack and myself. So keep an eye on the Discord channel for that. Even if you're not a member, join the Discord, check out testimonials. You can, still meet other like-minded people who want to get better at the game, grind some ranks, do some peer reviews, etc., etc. Cool to see all of you guys doing that on the Discord. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hopefully, NA and RLCS makes a bit more sense to those of you who've not been following closely. And those of you who have, leave comments. Let me know, what do you think NRG need to do differently? Are they going to bounce back? And will Foot do enough to steal VP's spot away for the AutoQual major, for the AutoQual world spot? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys this weekend for the view parties. Take care.